All right, welcome everybody. Today we have a webinar with Brian Scott from Latour to Spice to speak about everything they're doing right now. And we're really excited to have them on and tout some of the benefits that our membership gets with Latour to Spice. Brian, thank you so much.
Well, thank you, Ian. I totally appreciate the opportunity. And I mentioned to Ian just a few moments ago that when it comes to end column pricing, we work with a lot of the major distributors, the Nadells, the Geigers, the American Solutions, the Halos, Strand, a long list, and none of them get end column. So your group is the only group that gets end column pricing. So it is a real competitive advantage, and specifically if you're going up against the likes of the companies I had just briefly mentioned. So just really quickly, a little bit of my backstory so you kind of know where I came from. I started off in this industry when I was 18 and came out of high school, had a couple athletic scholarships. They weren't full rides. So I decided to sell promotional products for a year. In my first year in business or first year selling for a distributor back in 1980, I did about 200,000 in sales, which netted me a commission that seemed to be a small fortune back in those days. And so I just stuck at it, and I really enjoyed the industry. After about 6 years of working as a sales rep, I started my own distributor company, which I grew to about 15 million in revenue. Actually did that on a 64% gross profit, which is another whole story that we could get into at some later date, how you do that in this industry. But I'll share sort of a little bit of our best practices as a distributor and how I've applied that to a supplier line. So I had a couple distributor companies, grew them, sold them, grew them, sold them. And then my wife and I, Cynthia, thought, wouldn't it be interesting to start a supplier company? And we both have a passion for endurance sports. So we tend to eat a lot of food, and with food goes a lot of spice. And so I thought it would be interesting to introduce spice to the promotional product industry to help distributors use our product line to help their client convey brand message and story. And I'll share with you today a number of case studies on how we go about doing that, and more importantly, how we can partner with you in helping you being able to offer that to your customers. So when I started off in this industry, everybody was putting logos on product, pen on the left-hand side, logo on product. I sold that as well, and I sold that all day long. But I would also always look for products that had large design areas, because I believe a big part of our medium is the advertising, the marketing, the communication aspect that our products can convey, to an end target audience. So you could sell a pen with a 2-color imprint, or in the case of the image on the right, that's one of our products. It's called our Power Pack. It's roughly a 3x4-inch packet that is printed digitally, so we can do full color front and back. We can create good copy, good imagery. Inside that Power Pack, there's a little FDA-approved poly bag that we can fill with everything from spices to teas to coffees to soup mixes. There's thousands of different fills that we can put in our product. So I just share this with you to really try to convey the message that our medium can be more than just a logo on a product, that it can actually be a true marketing piece that conveys a brand, that has a call to action. We can incorporate QR codes. And I think this is more important today than ever, because, in a challenging economy, you really need to offer more value to your customer to help them achieve their marketing objectives. So, we're a spice company, but many distributors, they refer to us as a marketing company, because that's what we really try to do, is to use our medium to help convey a marketing message. We're one line. We have a number of different packaging options, but we have thousands of different fills that we can put in our product. And so I mentioned spices, blends, different baking ingredients. We've done teas, coffees, popcorn seasonings, soup mixes, dehydrated fruits, drink mixes. It's endless what we can put in our product. as long as it's legal. And we assure you it is. So lots of combinations of products that we can create that hit a multitude of different price points. So for example, top left-hand corner, that's our power pack. It's roughly a $2 to a $3 item. Great design area. There again, we can put any product inside there. We have our promotional spice tubes. It's a 5.5-inch acrylic tube, break resistant. We can print the lid digital. We have a little, what we refer to as a story booklet to help tell story or convey brand message. It's printed digital as well. On the far right, we have the same tube, but we can put it in a sleeve, and the sleeve just has a larger design area. So depending on the messaging that the client is trying to convey, they may opt for the sleeve. We do a number of different gift boxes, and I'll share a number of those with you that we do. We also have, on the bottom right-hand corner, is our micro mill. It's a 6-inch stainless steel mill that we can fill with any sort of coarse spice. That one happens to be filled with Himalayan sea salt and black peppercorns. So those are just a few of our sort of packaging options, and the messaging changes, the fill changes, all just sort of based on what the overall theme and objective is of the promotion. This image I kind of share. I like to refer to what we do as being purpose-driven product. And that might sound obvious, but in a lot of cases, an end customer will reach out to a distributor and say, hey, I want to buy 144 coffee mugs with a 2-color imprint. What can you sell me? And I always like to kind of push back on that and say, what is it you want to achieve? What is the end objective that you're really trying to achieve? So in the case of this particular piece, this distributor reached out to us and said, I have this software company, they're doing a trade show, they want an inexpensive handout, what would you suggest? And so I just merely asked the question, like, why are they doing this show? What is the objective of them being there? What are they hoping to achieve? What would a successful trade show look like to them? And what it really came down to was they wanted to introduce their software and they wanted to book post-trade show meetings. So we used our power pack. We filled it with Rainbow Rooibos tea, which is an amazing, flavorful tea. We came up with the call to action statement, book a meeting and receive a free tea stick infuser. So they handed out about 500 of these at the trade show with that nice little call to action. Scan the QR code, you can book your meeting, and the enticement or the incentive for doing so was a free tea stick infuser. So at the bottom of the power pack, you see a little image of our tea stick infuser. It's a 6-inch stainless steel infuser that you put your tea in and then just merely immerse in your hot water to have a wonderful cup of tea. So they could have handed out notepads, pens, what have you, with their logo on. Would it have achieved the result in booking meetings? Probably not. So I always like to kind of encourage distributors that we work with to really try to have that conversation with their end customer. What is the objective? What does success look like? And then we work it back from there. And you don't have to do the brainstorming if you don't want. You reach out to me. I mean, I've been doing this for over, I hate to say it, 40 years. And we have an amazing creative team that comes up with these concepts all day long. So offering more value, being very purposeful in how our medium is used, I think is paramount today to do that in light of some of the economic challenges. So this was another trade show handout. This company was Dun & Bradstreet, well-known brand. Huge repeat on this particular piece. They use this for all their trade shows. And we came up with a theme: if AI is your vehicle, D&B data is your fuel. Fueling data-driven decisions. So we thought it'd be clever, being that we're talking about fueling, we filled the power pack with Gatorade mix. So there was a nice little packet of Gatorade that went inside of this particular trade show handout. Same product, power pack. This was used for an internal communication program by a large retail organization, going to their employees, really to speak to their employees about diversity, equity, and inclusion. And there we used a tea It was a rainbow rooibos tea, which is kind of fitting with the messaging. So that's another whole market. Everybody thinks marketing has to be externally focused. Internal marketing has just as big a budget as external marketing. So talking to HR, safety, your diversity inclusion people, asset protection, HR, there's a long list of internal opportunities within organizations to target. And when I was a distributor, that was our number one place we went. Everybody was calling on the marketing department. We called on all these internal departments that provided a huge opportunity for us to do the volumes that we did, and more importantly, on the margins that we achieved. This was another Power Pack example. This was mailed out by CarMax to an audience that they wanted to target to encourage them to drop by their trade show booth. So the call to action was spice up your dealership performance with CarMax at the NIADA show. Visit our booth and receive a sizzling demo and receive a free smoker kit. So that was the little kit that they handed out to those that dropped by their booth, requesting the smoker kit as a result of the mailer that was done. So this smoker kit is kind of a unique little item. It contains a 6-inch stainless steel smoker tube. We have a bag of wood pellets. You put the pellets in the tube, you put the tube on the grill, you light the pellets, it creates a nice smoky flavor. And then we also have a little tube of our World Tour barbecue rub. So it's a nice barbecue related item that is always well received. Special events, the Power Packs are wonderful for just not trade shows, but any sort of thematic event, special event. So in the case of Builders Mutual, they were one of the sponsors at the U.S. Open that happened a week or two ago. And the U.S. Open, their signature drink is called the Lemon Wedge. So we thought, wouldn't it be clever if we handed out the Power Pack to all the people in the hospitality suite that they sponsored? And inside the Power Pack were 2 dehydrated lemon wedges that are used in the lemon wedge cocktail, and we feature the recipe on the back. So just a clever piece, who gets dehydrated fruit, who gets a recipe on, how to make a lemon wedge cocktail. Well, Builders Mutual, that's what they handed out, had a great response. And we came up with the theme, Pass Me a Wedge. So good creative, everything connected, nice product, sold for $3 and change. So nice little piece. Mental Health Week, this was a piece we created. This organization wanted to encourage their employees to have a game night with their family, and just wanted to sort of reiterate the idea of taking time for yourself. So we used sort of the Scrabble look and feel, came up with the theme, mental health matters for everyone. And inside this particular Power Pack, being that it was game night that they were encouraging, we had a buttered flavored popcorn salt that we used inside the Power Pack. There's a healthcare provider. They were doing a promotion for Men's Health Week. And so we came up with the theme, Healthy is the New Hot. We filled the Power Pack with cayenne pepper. And cayenne pepper has a number of amazing health-related properties. It's a great antioxidant, aids in digestion, accelerates your metabolism, eases pain. There's lots of health-related benefits. And I will mention, when it comes to spice, there's not a bad spice. They're all ultra healthy. So if you deal with wellness programs, or you have a client that's very health conscious, or in the medical care business, spice is a wonderful product for them to be using in their promotions. This was a piece done for Virginia Tech, and they were just trying to promote their Pride Center. So we came up with the theme, Celebrate Pride Like It's a Cup of Tea, and we used our Rainbow Rooibos tea in this particular piece. Soup Kitchen, we have soup mixes, we have plant-based organic soup mixes, chicken, beef, and vegetable mixes. So that was a piece that we created for a food kitchen. Breast cancer awareness, that's in October. So HGTV, we're looking for a piece to hand out to anybody that made a donation. So we came up with a sort of fun thematic design on the front of the power pack. Breast Cancer Awareness Month, Faith, Hope, and Cure. And we thought it'd be a real nice value add to add a QR code to the back of the power pack that would take the recipient to a website where they could go through some of the breast cancer screening protocols. So wherever we can, we always try to add as much value in the design as possible, given what the client's kind of core message and objective is. Promotional spice tubes. So we have the tube with a booklet, and as I mentioned earlier, they're all printed digital, so full color is no problem. This bakery, and it's pretty common in a lot of heavy manufacturing environments that they'll have a shutdown for 2 weeks over the summer where they can go into their facility and do maintenance work. So the safety department wanted to give a handout to all of their employees to wish them merely a safe and happy summer, a holiday. So we used our barbecue rub and we came up with the theme, don't let your summer go up in flames, savor the heat, but keep the flames in the barbecue. And then on the inside of the card, we had a recipe for barbecue safety, which were really just tips on how to properly maintain your barbecue so it doesn't go up in flames. This was a special event in Florida, so we used a orange zest, orange peel seasoning that went in this particular piece. And we have spices for every and any destination. So if you have a client doing a trade show in New Orleans, we have Creole Cajun seasoning. If you have a client doing an event in Nashville, we have Nashville hot chicken rub. If you have a client doing a special event in Dubai, we have Za'atar and Baharat. So regardless of where your client's event destination is, we can always pair up a spice or a seasoning that is sort of native to that given area. We do a lot of distributor self-promo, and I think because our product is so design rich, we create a lot of distributor self-promotional pieces. We charge $50, and I'll have our writing design team come up with a concept that will convey your brand. We'll have a nice call to action. This particular tube, we used crushed chili peppers, and the theme was spicing up corporate promotions. When you're hot, you're hot. We have the 5 stars that ties into their logo. We're cooking up tasty ideas and spicy promotions, QR code that goes to their website. So we do a lot of distributor design. Same distributor. They use Gatorade in this particular power pack, and the theme was hydrate your brand. Quench your thirst for premium promotional products and outstanding service. Discover how the Team IP can refresh your brand. Contact info, QR code. Inexpensive, $1.75 self-promo piece. So easy to mail, easy to hand out, really nice piece. So keep us in mind for anything self-promotion related. And in light of the fact that I was a distributor for close to 40 years, I get self-promo. I understand how it should be utilized and leveraged, and we love designing this sort of stuff for distributors to help them, achieve their objectives. We have our spice tubes that go on the sleeve. So just if you want a larger design area, these tend to work out a little nicer. So this was for a mental health organization. So we came up with the theme, transforming lives one cup at a time. Your mental health matters, so enjoy life sip by sip. QR code to their website, and there we used tea. And tea is very, very popular. 60% of adults in North America consume tea. So it's a real safe choice, and it's a real healthy choice, and it creates a really nice experience as well. So, we also have it, you'll see on the right-hand side, a little tea bag. So we can package inside that sleeve this nice cotton reusable tea bag. So when you hand tea out, the person can use it right away. All they need is a cup of hot water. They pour a little bit of the tea into the cotton reusable tea bag, immerse it in their cup of hot water, and you have a dynamite cup of tea. This one was used for National Nurses Week as a handout. We came up with the theme, Real Superheroes Wear Scrubs. This organization what they do is they actually do job placement for nurses around the world. So if you're a nurse and you want to work in Japan, this is the company you go to. You can upload your resume. They'll find you a nurse's position in Japan or wherever around the world. So interesting organization, but they wanted to promote Nurses Health Week and recognize their clients for reaching out to them. T once again, this was used by GE. GE was launching a new mission statement, so obviously internal. So they wanted to find a way to push as many as their employees to their website where they could view their new mission statement video. So they handed out to their employees the tube with the T in the sleeve. The theme was "Together we can change the world one cup at a time. We're united by a single urgent purpose to electrify and decarbonize the planet, and together we have the energy to change the world." And then the QR code, once they scan it, it would take them to a video on their new mission statement. This organization, ABC Greater Baltimore, they sell safety training programs, online safety training programs. And they happen to be out of the Maryland area. So we thought, wouldn't it be fun to use a little crab? And we came up with the theme, "Crabs can grow new limbs, you can't." And then on the back, we have the QR code that you can scan, and you'll see a list of all the different safety courses that you can enroll in. And being that they're in Maryland, we used Old Bay seasoning, was the seasoning of choice for that particular piece. So connected well with the destination, connected well with the overall theme. Beetroot powder, just a wonderful health-oriented spice. So any wellness programs, you need to reach out to us for ideas there. Because, so as I mentioned earlier, spices are ultra healthy. This is our micro mill, 6-inch stainless steel, very high quality. We can fill it with any coarse spice. This one we filled with Himalayan sea salt and black peppercorns. Enbridge is a large utility in Canada, and they were merging with another large utility. And this distributor reached out to us and said, we need a handout for a team building activity. What would you suggest? So I thought, well, wouldn't it be clever to do the mill? We'll use the salt and pepper, and we'll sort of spin that metaphor. Like salt and pepper, we're better together. The right combination creates a whole new flavor. And then you'll see we use a lot of copy. So design is important, logo is important, design is important. Almost even more important is the copy. And the copy I always view as the great connector in design. It helps to really articulate the message. So the copy we wrote here was "Some things just go together, each bringing different strengths to the table, creating results greater than the sum of their parts. Our new team is about creating a synergy of complementing flavors and fresh ideas that are sure to spice things up and make great things happen." So nice piece, and it really just conveyed that message that together we're going to be better, like salt and pepper. So, same product, bit of a different application. This is Scotia Bank. They just wanted to convey their story. So the theme was "Talk about money without the stress," like salt and pepper. Some things are just better together. A little bit of their story on the back, and then a QR code that takes the recipient to a money style quiz that shares some insight on sort of how risk averse they are or aren't. So nice piece. We do a lot of custom gift boxes. So this particular distributor reached out to us and they said, we're working with Abbott Laboratories. They want a Thanksgiving item to give to their employees, just to wish them, a happy Thanksgiving. They came to us and said, this is our budget. We have, I think it was $28. We need 700 pieces. What can you create for that budget? So we handed it off to our design team, and our design team came up with this piece that included 4 power packs and the micro mill. Being that it was Thanksgiving related, we used pumpkin spice, cinnamon, apple cider mix, dark cocoa in the power packs. And as it was an internal promotion, we thought it would be important, or at least of value, to convey a couple of their core values, which is family, health, and technology. So totally customized piece. We did all the design, start to finish. They loved it. It was a big success. Google, same sort of thing. This distributor reached out to us and said, we have X number of dollars to spend on kits. We want a Halloween handout that needs to go to 500 employees. You know, what can you put together? And so we came up with this gift box with the theme Eat, Drink, and Be Scary. And then the little power packs with sort of Halloween related fills that we put inside. And just fun little thematic, captions, taglines that we included within the design. Bombardier, manufacturer of commercial aircraft. So, multi-million-dollar aircraft. They were doing a trade show, so they're not about to hand out an inexpensive item. So they wanted something of high perceived value. And this particular event was happening in New Orleans. So we designed this kit for them, and we included Cajun, Creole, and cayenne pepper as the seasonings that went inside this particular trade show handout. Another kit, this was for a dairy. And so being that they're in the milk business, we thought as a holiday gift, wouldn't it be clever if we could create a golden milk kit, golden milk latte kit. So in this box, we include all the ingredients that you would need to make the beverage golden milk. And if you've never tried golden milk, it's an amazing drink. It's great to have before you go to bed. Very, very relaxing and soothing. But you have warm milk, then you add a touch of ground pepper, turmeric, and ginger. Very flavorful, very healthy, very relaxing. And in the case of this client, it totally complemented their brand, being that they were in milk. Mentioned this earlier, spices for and from every destination. Log Me In software company, they were having an event in Hawaii. So we used the mill, we filled it with black Hawaiian sea salt. The box on the right was a teaser that went out to a sales team 3 months prior to them having to qualify for their national conference, which happened to be in Dubai. So we used spices like sumac, za'atar, and baharat were the 3 spices that we selected there. But destinations, we do a lot of different programs that are specific to that. Travel promotions, so this resort, the Hard Rock Cafe, they were looking for just items that they could do like room drops. So on the far top left-hand corner, for the kids, we had ice cream sprinkles. These were alphabet ice cream sprinkles that they would put on their ice cream. Top right, we used taco seasoning, so kind of fitting into that whole Riviera Maya type of theme. And then on the bottom, we have a classic margarita drink mix. So we also have a line of craft mixes for cocktails, where basically you just add the powder, the cocktail mix to water, and add the alcohol, and you have a really nice cocktail. So just consistency in theme and messaging, and just different applications and targets that this was used for. If any of you work with liquor companies, we do a lot of on-pack promotions. So liquor brands are always looking for a way at consumer level to push their product off the shelf. So often using an on-pack is a great consumer enticement to buy that particular brand. So we use our power pack. We've designed it with a little tab, and we have a clear, transparent elastic that loops through there that you just hang over top of the bottle. And in the case of Bailey's, we created a recipe on how to use dark cocoa to make a Bailey's latte drink. Another sort of application, Tito's vodka, same product, the on-pack piece, and we just used a Bloody Mary mix that went inside of that particular piece. And those are just a few of the craft mixes. And what I've shared, a lot of it is customized, and we can do that on your behalf. And we will do that for free. All I ask is that it's for a very well qualified opportunity, is to do the design, writing, and creative. Our internal cost on that is anywhere from $70 to $100, depending on how involved it is. And we'll eat that, no pun intended. We'll eat that. I just want to make sure that it's for a real opportunity. And, if it is, we'll do everything we can to help you win that opportunity with a well-designed, well-thought-out piece. But we also have in our line a number of stock themes. So this would just sort of be an example of some stock themes where we can just do a logo drop. So our craft mix, there's about 5 different mixes we have. We have 5 different stock themes. You can just drop a logo on and you're good to go. Golf themes, and this is something else we're trying to do with our line, is just build out more thematic designs. So in the case of golf, if you have a client, they're looking for 150 golf handouts for a tournament. These are just some stock themes that we have available that you can just do a logo drop in. And they're just sort of fun, obviously, golf theme oriented designs and messaging. Real estate, we have a whole line. If you work with real estate companies, we have a whole line of products that are designed for open houses, closing gifts, referral generation, customer retention. So that's on our website under real estate promotions. So I'd encourage you to check that out. So we've done kind of the thinking and the messaging. There again, we could just drop in the client logo, their contact information, and we check those 4 boxes. We just launched this year our ice cream line. So these are some gift boxes that include a 7.5-inch stainless steel ice cream scoop. And you will not find an ice cream scoop on the market better than this one. It took me close to 6 months to find it. Really, really high quality. Laser engravable. These ones here we packaged in a nice little gift box, stock theme, so we can just do a logo drop to keep it real simple. And then in there we packaged some tubes of ice cream sprinkles. So we have dehydrated little mini marshmallows. We have our colored sprinkles. The one on the far right, the theme was some things are better together, just like chocolate and vanilla. So we use vanilla sprinkles and chocolate sprinkles. So fun summer promotion handout. And then we have a whole series of ice cream sprinkles, and these are stock booklet designs that we've done where you can just do a logo drop. And there's actually, I think, if I count right, I think there's roughly 9, 10, 11 different sprinkles that we have available. So you can kind of mix and match the sprinkles with the booklet themes and just do a logo drop. July is actually ice cream month, so it's a good time to start promoting ice cream sprinkles. We also have them in the power packs as another stock option. Barbecue season, so we're into the thick of that right now. So we actually do our own blends of barbecue seasoning, and like a lot of barbecue blends or barbecue sauces, they have additives, they have anti-caking agents, they have ingredients you can't even pronounce. Ours are all pure spice, no additives, no anti-caking agents, ultra healthy and amazing. The flavor is just a dynamite. So we have our World Tour rub that uses some really unique spices like ajipanca, sumac, turmeric, minced onions, sweet smoked Hungarian paprika. So we blend all these in-house. They're amazing blends. Nashville hot chicken is another one. We can do them in gift boxes. We can do them individually. We can pack them with our smoker kits. We have stock themes like you see here that we can just do logo drops on, or we can do something fully customized and also available in power packs. Popcorn seasonings. We have a long list of really fun and flavorful popcorn seasonings. So they make a great product to pack in the power packs or in any of our products. So popcorn is hot, very popular, and no better way to top it off than with seasonings. We also have a line of actual popcorn, and it's gourmet popcorn, and some of them are liquor infused. So we have a number of liquor infused popcorns, like everything from whiskey to champagne to margarita popcorn. And in the baking process, the alcohol burns off, but you're left with that nice flavor. And we can decorate those with a hang tag or a nice sticker that we can affix to the popcorn. So And then I'll just touch on a couple little self promos. So yeah, I did earlier, but we do a ton of distributor self promo, and we have very great pricing on our self promo. That's a $3 tube that we designed for this gentleman here, Scott Berry. And being that his name is Scott Berry, we filled it with juniper berries. And juniper berries have a property in them that helps you relax. So we came up with the theme, relax. This berry has you covered. We talk a little bit about the relaxational properties of juniper berries. And then we talk about Scott Berry. Scott Berry has the same effect. You can relax. Well, he zeroes in on the perfect promotional idea for your business, providing unique products when you need them within your budgets. No worries. Fresh ideas get noticed. So he handed out 100 of these things. It generated some really good business for him, a couple nice orders for us. And then COVID hit. And he circled back and he said, "Hey, Brian, I need a self promo to let my customers know that, hey, I'm around, I want to service their needs, but I can't visit with them. You know, what can your team design that I can mail out that would convey that message?" So this is what our team came up with. We photoshopped Scott on top of a mountain, phone in hand, laptop in hand. The theme was socially distanced, but always within reach, keeping you on top. And then we used our barbecue rub, did it in a layered look to kind of give it a artistic look and feel. And that's what he mailed out. And that too was a big hit. And then when COVID came and went, he was able to get back out on the road and visit his customers. He said, you know, I want a really nice handout to, you know, give to my customers that conveys my persona, that kind of shows, tells the story about kind of who I am in a fun, playful way. So we used our micro mill, our grinder, and we came up with the theme, Scott can grind it, so you don't need to relief from the daily grind. And then we photoshopped Scott break dancing or doing whatever he's doing there. So, you know, fun, creative, all aligned with persona, brand, message, time. These ones I shared with you earlier. Now, here's a halo piece. This rep was doing an Oktoberfest event. They wanted a networking handout. So being that it was an Oktoberfest event, we thought it'd be fun to create a recipe on how to make a Bavarian pretzel. So we have a QR code that takes you there on how to make a pretzel. And then we filled the power pack with the finishing salt that went on the pretzel. So we do a lot of different promotions. We're pretty good at it, and we're pretty committed to making sure what we design is on the mark and it's something that you could be proud to hand out. On our website, we have a resource section that I would encourage you to go to. There's a lot of downloadable material. I should mention every product on our website has a downloadable and user-friendly flyer. So there's no Latour branding. It's just a sanitized flyer that features the product. So each product, you'll see a tab, download and user flyer here. So there's a great flyer. If you like the product and you just want to send something quick to introduce it to a customer, it's there on our website. We have case studies on our website. We have social media content on our website. We have a document, the very bottom link there. It's called The Recipe for Success. And when I was a distributor, I documented 84 of my best questions I would ask a customer, never asking them all at once. But anytime I had a customer call, I would always have a minimum of 2 or 3 really good questions that I could ask them to gain a deeper understanding of who they were, what they were trying to achieve, more about their brand, more about their organization. That document's on our website. You can download it, 84 great questions, and just use at will. So anyways, I'll stop there and open up the floor to questions.
Thank you so much, Brian. We've got a couple of questions right off the bat. The first one is Teresa wants to know, can you, what would be the price of a spec sample of that micro mill with the salt and pepper?
We typically charge for our spec samples just the setup charge, which is 62.40 net.
Okay.
So if you wanted anything done in spec, we just charge the setup. The product's free, and we'll put it together for you.
Okay. And what kind of turnaround time in general do you need? What kind of lead time for orders
Yeah, so our typical
or
turnaround,
samples?
yeah, our typical turnaround time on an order is 10 working days after approval of art. And having said that, I mean, we do get orders out quicker. I mean, we've turned orders around in 2 or 3 days, which that's why I don't have any hair. But you know, 10 days is comfortable and appreciated. But if you're in a bind, I would say, reach out to me and we'll see what we can do to make it happen.
Okay. And if for somebody calling, wanting information on an order, wanting some more, would you be the best person to reach out to there, or is there a?
Yep. We have a team here, but I
Okay.
always like to be on the kind of sharp end of the stick. So I like to be the go-to person. So just reach out to me. My email is brian@latourdespice.com, and it's on our. I think there's an info@latourdespice.com that comes to me as well. So just reach out or phone me. You can circle back to me, and I'll provide my phone number. Or I can give it to you now. It's 519-897-6758. Just give me a call and happy to work with you.
Awesome. And then for Promo EQP members, the benefit is end column, right?
Correct. Correct. And call them.
Okay. And are there any exclusions or anything to that, or conditions for ordering?
Everything on our line right now, everything is available end column to your team. I am about to introduce a new product that has really highly customized packaging. We're going to be gift box or packaging 3 tubes in a box. That's going to be the only item that we will not offer end column on, just because of how the packaging is produced. It's very customized and very unique, but that's not even on our website right now. So everything that I've shared with you, that's as well as on our website, that's all end column.
Excellent, excellent. And I think Ryan at the Boca Ratonian had a question.
Hey, yeah, hey, and sorry. Hi, Brian. Thank you for the great presentation. What you said about the copy that really resonates with me on top of design. I've seen your line, but haven't taken a deep dive, so this was very informative. I have a couple questions. I noticed you have 31 SKUs in Sage, but of course you mentioned thousands of fill possibilities. How does that come into play with pricing? I guess what I'm trying to get at is when I'm presenting to a client, are there big differences in the price of different fills?
The answer is no. We've really done what we can to try to, some of them we might lose a little, some we might win a little. It all kind of balances out. There are some exotic spices that, if you had a customer come to you and say, I'm looking for like fleur de sal, which is a very high-end finishing salt, that might be a consideration, but 99% of what I shared and what we have, it's just standard pricing.
Wow. Okay, that's awesome. So if I pull up like a SKU in Sage, I mean, basically it's 99% chance, unless it's something crazy exotic, that it's basically for the price that's shown.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we
Very cool.
yeah we had one distributor wanting saffron, and we put it in power packs, and they just wanted the customer to sample saffron. And we put half a dozen strands of saffron, but saffron is like $1,200 a pound. It's crazy. Yeah.
I mean, you're basically taking the fill in bulk, of course, and you're filling it at your facility into the. Okay, so I guess that segues me into my next question. Allergens, only, and I ask any food supplier only because I'm allergic to nuts. Of course, it's shared facility. Is it shared lines? Are there GMPs, good manufacturing protocols in place? I mean, do you have an shared facility statement?
Yeah, so we're a nut free
Oh wow.
facility, and where we procure, because we don't actually process the spices. So the facilities that we work with are all FDA approved facilities, which we are as well. And if there are allergens, we will state it on the packaging. So, for compliance reasons, we take care of all the labeling and all those little specifics. But yeah, if allergens are a concern, just note that in your request. But we'll specify that on the nutritional labeling and ingredient information.
That's amazing, nut-free facility. I don't get to hear those words all day, every day. I've come across that, but especially in industry. So thank you for that. Cool to know. And then shelf life, does it vary by item or?
It does a little bit. So the typical shelf life on spice is 24 months. So by the time we procure it and pack it and ship it, we typically will give expiration dates that are about 22 months from the time you would place an order, just to be safe. Things like salts are typically 5 to 10 years for salts. Yeah.
Okay, and then sorry. So last one. So FOB Canada or?
In the U.S., we ship FOB Buffalo.
Oh, cool. So you're bringing it over the border
Yep.
first.
Yeah, we do that daily, and in Canada we ship out of Kitchener, Ontario.
Gotcha. Okay. So for the Buffalo shipments, do you recommend? I mean, can we go third party or what's easier?
The best bet is us shipping UPS. Um, all of our FDA documentation is set up within the UPS system. So anything into the US, it really needs to go UPS. You can ship on our account, your account. It doesn't really matter to us, but it must go over the border UPS.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Yeah. So we're talking two things, but yeah, that makes sense. So basically, you're bringing it over the border UPS, but then I guess from the domestic Buffalo FOB, you could ship on our account UPS. That's not an issue, or?
Yes, yeah, we can ship on your account. Yep,
Okay.
yep,
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. I prefer UPS anyway. All right. Sounds good. Thank you
yep.
so much. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Sorry
And
for all the questions.
unless, no, Ryan, those are fantastic questions. And I think unless anybody else has any questions, which it doesn't look like yet, I think that's going to be it for us today. Brian, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. It was pretty eye-opening to see everything. We're going to repost this for everybody to see probably later this week. Share it on social and on YouTube so everybody can get it as well. Um, and that is that. That is Latour de Spice. The only thing I ask Brian is that keep your browser up until it's fully done uploading your recording. So
Okay. All
that's
right.
how it's what it
Well,
should be, like 99%.
all right. Well, I appreciate everybody's time, and we love doing great work, creative work, effective work. So just reach out to me, and let's do some good stuff together.